Hey, it's Chris Brogan. You're watching Path TV.
Welcome to another episode of Path TV. I'm your host, Ruben Quinones. Ted Rubin here. I'm not even sure how to introduce you.
Well, incognito. This is my new look. So,
yeah.
You know, Ruben insisted I keep the hat on for the intro.
The Steve Jobs, Indiana Jones.
Okay, well, we'll take that off. It's just a little explanation. As many of you know, it is Movember. At OpenSky, we like to do kind of fun things. We wanted to participate in Movember, but we like to put our own kind of slant on things.
Right.
So we decided to go with full beards.
Yeah.
Instead of just mustaches. And if you go to our blog, if you go to shopopensky.com and check out the blog,
right here.
you'll see that we have videotapes of about 20 of us that are doing the beards, and starting with clean shaven 360-degree views, and then every week we update it with the growth. So
right.
It's just kind of
this will be going out in December. We're obviously shooting this in November.
Raising some money for charity, it's a good thing.
So Ted, I have you here because I'm doing a couple of shows on social media predictions, specifically in 2011. So that you can shoot it here, and heck, if you win one, we'll become famous because you did it here first. So what? How many? I don't know how many you have, but tell me, what do you think is going to happen in the social space, whether TV or just the social web, in 2011?
Well, first of all, some of the things I'm going to say are things that I've read and I agree with.
Right.
And I don't know who said it first.
Let's say you said it first.
Well, I didn't. But what I will agree with on tape first is that I believe without a doubt Google will buy Twitter in 2011. And it will be for an enormous sum of money, but it won't matter. They're going to pay whatever they have to pay.
Right.
Because they're losing ground to Facebook.
Right.
And the only chance they have right now of catching them is if they let their ego drop by the side and realize that they're not going to do it themselves, they're going to buy Twitter. Whether that's going to do the trick or not is hard to say, but it's their only shot. And from what I know of Twitter, even with all the talk and the things we see around, I still don't think they have a business model.
Right.
And I think they're worried about that.
Right.
I think they're growing astronomically. There's a lot of different applications, but I don't think they've yet figured out how they're going to make money off it. And if they get bought by Google, that answers that question.
Yeah, outside of promoted tweets. Not much else going on there.
Well, look, it's nobody thought there was going to be a lot of stuff going on with Facebook a couple of years ago, or a year ago. Everyone was trying to figure out what they were going to do, and they figured it out. So it's not to say that Twitter can't figure it out.
Right.
With what they have, eventually they will.
Right.
But you combine forces with something like that. I think people are starting to think of Google less as the evil empire and Facebook more of in that respect.
Yeah, it's usually
And I just think that would be an interesting combination. So that's
prediction number one: Google buys Twitter. You have another one?
Prediction number two: I think Foursquare becomes basically who cares? Whether it's Foursquare, nobody even hears about Koala anymore. Right. Even Foursquare, you don't read very much. It's kind of people are getting tired of it.
Yeah, in our community, it seems big, but I think it's at 4 million users. Facebook really has a platform.
Not only that, it's growing slower than it was. People aren't using it as much. It's basically a pain. There's no real application. Sure, give out some coupons, but I think companies like Visa are going to eat their lunch.
So Foursquare fizzles out. Is that the right prediction?
My guess
or just stabilizes?
My guess is it'll get bought by somebody.
Okay.
Because there's certainly a value there, especially if it's attached to another.
You think that'll happen in 2011?
I think that'll happen in 2011.
Okay.
This is not the prediction like the other one. I'm not sure about
don't worry, you don't have to get it all right. You give me really specific ones, which
is
good.
I think that the geo-targeting and the application and the tools that allow you to say where you are, what you're doing, are going to migrate into the people that really know what we're doing.
Right.
The credit card companies.
Right.
I think it's going to be a Visa application to start. I think they're working something in January that's going to take over the space.
Okay.
And really monetize the space.
So we have like 2 or 3 predictions in there.
Yeah,
one or two.
Couple.
Very good. Any other ones? Or?
Absolutely. And this one is a little self-serving.
Yeah.
I think the word OpenSky is going to become a part of the vernacular.
Right.
As far as people having micro-commerce on their sites.
Right.
And
we're going to do a future episode on it.
And I don't know. We'd love to do that.
Yeah.
And Ari Emanuel spoke at Web 2.0
Right.
in a keynote the other day, and I don't know if anybody saw it, but you should check it out online.
Web 2.0 Summit?
I certainly tweeted about it, but
Okay.
within the first 5 minutes, he mentioned OpenSky, I think, 6 to 8 times.
So we'll put it on the blog. Just follow the blog link and I'll make the notes. Right. Anything else? Those are pretty good ones.
Well,
they're very specific. They were pretty good.
On another side of things, kind of looking at it from less of a prediction, more of an integration, I think social media is going to become more of just media.
Right.
I mean, I think the word social media will be attached to it because it certainly has its own category.
Right.
But I think people will start thinking of it more in traditional terms.
Right.
I think it'll be part of the budgets. Obviously, right now, and I talk about this a lot, I was at a CMO club dinner just recently. People ask you to say what's your biggest challenges, and mostly it's CMOs from major companies talking about what they're trying to do and integrate. And I think the one I said was, everybody was saying that one of their biggest challenges is figuring out social media, how to apply it, how to bring it into the organization in a 360-degree perspective.
Right.
And what I said that my challenge is getting all of you guys who think it's so valuable and important, be willing to pay for it.
I'm right there with you. Ted, I appreciate you coming on.
My pleasure.
There'll be some future episodes with Ted coming up, and thank you for your predictions. Appreciate it. Pretty good ones. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this.